Almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
Well, point forwards and big guard in demand. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Cavaliers. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And right now for the Cavaliers, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
You know, maybe they'd like to forget it, but there are lessons to take from it as well. I mean, the mistakes they've made this year can't be repeated if they want to get a taste of the postseason anytime soon.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Allen is out there with Thomas. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Harris. And it's Chioza in at the 1 spot. And for Cleveland, Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at the center position. So it's the Cavaliers now. After the basket by Brooklyn, here's Love. And it's Chioza with the rebound. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man Colin Sexton already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these two players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And so Allen will bring it up for the Nets. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Chioza passes to Allen. Chioza, the tip in on the offensive rebound.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That's his first foul. Brooklyn with the ball. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Chioza. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State. Shot clock at 2. Here's Harris. Love trying to break loose. Love grabs the board. For Cleveland, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Brooklyn making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And here are the Cavaliers now, trailing by 4. Here's Garland. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Harris passes to LeVert. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
Here's Allen, following the basket by Kevin Love. Just 5 on the clock. Johnson outside. The Nets need to get a shot off here. The tray. And the Nets miss again.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Osman, the pass to Love. And the dunk by Love.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, I tell you, this guy just does not quit on the boards. His energy is contagious, especially on the offensive glass.
There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Sexton. They grab their own miss, and Drummond is right there.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Johnson, the pass to Allen. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Allen's got his second basket.
Well, you got to do much more than that to slow Allen. I mean, this guy is long and athletic, capable of converting through contact.
Garland, no good.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
And it's Johnson penetrating. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Kept alive. Allen passes to Thomas. Good D from Love.
I think he's out of his element in that situation, and credit the defense for shutting him down, locking him up.
Allen outside. It's a tie game here in Cleveland. And backing him up. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Crawford. Karuch is out there with Jared Allen. Then it's Garrett Temple. And it's Luwawu in at the small forward. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Sexton's checked in. And a change for the Nets. Chioza's checked in. Here's Windler. From deep three-point range, Sexton's shot is good. Sexton's got the lead up to 3 now for the Cavs.
And the poise Sexton has is impressive. Dependable at bailing out his team in some tight spots.
Temple the pass to Luwawu. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Nance. Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the night.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
Now here's Porter. No points in the game yet for him. Scooped up. Thompson tries again, and the layup is up and in.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points. We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
Nets trail by 3. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Crawford. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Crawford's got his first points in this one. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians. But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
Here's Karuch. Right at the free throw line. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Bulls.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Yeah, they were really close right there. Just couldn't string together a few key plays to help get them over the top for the win.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Early on, guys, excellent work on the boards here. I mean, you got to like those second chance points they're getting.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Nance, right side. Outside, Porter. Brooklyn with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. Here's Temple, guarded by Porter. Goes up to the stripe. Almost, but it rolls out. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. It's a three-point game. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Now, here's Porter. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 5 to shoot. Swiped away. And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Crawford, no one around him. And the Nets miss again. The Cavaliers leading by 3. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Here's Temple. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. There's Chiozza. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Nets passing it around, and the shot goes in. And now just a 1-point Cavalier lead.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Thompson passes to Porter. He kicks it to Sexton. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Sexton's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Cavs. Here's Temple. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Porter, and he makes good on the layup. Now it's a 6-point Cavalier lead.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Chiozza scanning the floor. Sexton grabs the board. It's Porter outside, up again. And so it's Cleveland.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been quite a game for Colin Sexton.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Cleveland, Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Andre Drummond is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Garland in at the point. And it's blocked.
You know, having a point guard who can block shots is a luxury. Sexton with terrific timing and reach on that one.
Now off the inbound. And here's Harris from the arc. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Harris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Selected with the 8th pick back in the 2018 draft, Colin Sexton, the main reward for the Cavs after the Kyrie Irving trade.
Sexton, wearing the same number 2 jersey as Irving, doesn't feel the need to measure up to expectations created by Kyrie. Cavs fans, though, hope he does.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Thomas dishes to Allen. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And here's a look at some numbers for Sexton.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Kicks it out to Love. Fires the 3. And it's Osman missing. Nets trail by 5. It's Allen on the wing. There's the steal. Here's Osman. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Allen against Drummond. Now here is Harris. He's tightly guarded. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer, LeVert. Can't hit that one. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Garland with it. Picked up by Harris. Osman reverses. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. Down low, Porter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Sunday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings.
And for the matchup with the Celtics, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Harris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Allen showing you his craftiness, adept at using his shot fake to get the defenders off the ground.
Second free throw, no good.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
You We're talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
Here's Temple, guarded by Porter. Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Temple. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Nance passes to Windler. A three-pointer off the mark. Allen with it. He's got 5. Johnson in the corner. Three-pointer. No good on that one. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Cavaliers lead by 9. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So for Brooklyn now, Tyler Johnson is out there with LeVert. And there's Jared Allen. Then it's Thomas. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels. Johnson surveying the floor.
6 on the shot clock. LeVert kicks to Johnson. From deep. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Garland, and that one clearly a foul, gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jared Allen.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
I tell you what, they've hit the boards hard in this one. It's led to an abundance of second chance points. I mean, they've gotten a lot of second chance points.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Here's Chioza. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Osman, guarded by Harris. Osman, the pass to Sexton. Count the basket. And the Cavaliers lead by 15. Mark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation. But I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably what occupy my time.
Nets trail by 17. Here's Chioza. To stop the run. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Now, here's Garland. Lays it up and banks it in. Garland's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Chioza, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 17. Drummond finds Love. The putback, and Drummond is right there.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebound.
A nice shot by LeVert.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Pass to Love. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Tipped away and stolen by Harris. Now here's Allen. He's guarded closely. A nice shot by LeVert.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Cavaliers.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
Boy, I tell you, look at these teams, Greg. They're very evenly matched. This could be one of the better in-conference battles we see this season.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Colin Sexton.
Boy, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in, Kevin. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
Cleveland moving the ball around. Love kicks to Sexton. Now the pass to Osman. And here is Garland. Guarded by Harris. Takes a three. But they'll get another chance. Drummond passes to Sexton. It's good from about 19 feet. And the Cavaliers lead by 15.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up.
I certainly hope not.
He feeds it to Love. And the dunk by Love.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there, but go get it.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test.
The traffic in New York City. And with, well, a momentous decision, DA. Thank you. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the 5, down low. And for Brooklyn, Lance Thomas out there with Jared Allen. Then there's Harris. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the 1 spot.
And with this team, Zach LaVine has been thrust into the role of the leader. Still young in his own right, but as a rising star and a large part of the future, responsibilities have fallen in his lap.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Chicago. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there. And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn with the ball. And for Levine, he is the best scorer on the team. And you know what, Smitty? He should be a leader.
You're right. And that isn't something that's easy to step right into. After losses pile up, you feel more pressure and want to take over every game. Zach LaVine should be up to the task, but it will take some adjusting.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Here's White. Markkanen passes to Carter. Looking for Markkanen. He gets it there. And it's good off the glass.
Beautiful find by Carter. Sees the floor really well for a young big.
Chioza scanning the floor. Harris outside. Shot from free throw range. And it's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Kicks it out to Markkanen. Porter outside. He doesn't hit that one. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. There's Chioza. From outside, off the mark. Bulls have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And there's Levine on the assist from Carter. You know, Smitty, we know players are getting more nights off around this time of the year. How much did that occur when you were playing in the NBA?
Coaches and organizations really came up to guys when they see they were hurting. You didn't want them to play when they were injured. And then at the end of the season, Kevin, usually you looked and said, ooh, we have the number 6 seed locked up or whatever place locked up. And then that's when you start to get nights off. I don't remember doing it during game 20 and game 30 where guys starting to get nights off.
Here's Thomas after the made shot from Zach LaVine. Good work defensively by Carter.
Great focus on the defensive end there to contest that shot.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
And a wide open look for Porter. Hits the three-point bomb.
Off the catch, that's when I feel like Porter is most in rhythm with his shot.
And Thomas has it in the corner. From 6 feet. No good that time. The Bulls leading by 5. Porter finds White. Carter outside. Back to Levine. Pocket 6. Outside White. A new 14 for the Bulls. On the wing, Porter. Guarded by Harris. Porter dishes to Levine. Trying to get open as Carter. Again, Levine missing. And here's Chioza. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 5-point game, and they pick up 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
White, good.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Here's Chioza. 11 points for him in that last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And slam dunk by Allen.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's White. 20 points for him last game against Orlando.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
Beautiful touch there. Give White these types of looks consistently, and he's going to make you pay. They hold the early advantage on the glass.
There's the lob to Markkanen. It's Allen on the wing. Here's Thomas. And he makes the bucket, gets the whisk. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Crawford. Caruch is out there with Luwawu. Then it's Johnson, and it's Temple in at the 2.
Looking at the Bulls roster, there is a lot to like. They have a great collection of talent, and their core players are all very young and improving.
Count it. Caruch has got his first points of the game. Chicago leading to the inside. Here's Cornette. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So, and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Passes to Satoransky. Shoots. Rebound, Brooklyn.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Crawford, no luck.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
To the middle. Here's Hutchison. To the left side wing. Here's Cornette. No good off the front iron. Nets trail by 5. Here's Temple. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Young drives in, and Young with the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Crawford, no one around him. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Crawford's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Cornette. currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Another shot. Crawford with the steal. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Crawford's got 5 points so far. Young passes to Cornette. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Back to Dunn. The pass to Hutchison. Just 5 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Here's Satoransky. They get the rebound. Cornette kicks to Young. Goes back up. And it's off the back rim. No good. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
Nets trail by 5. Pass to Luwawu. The 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. The Nets making a switch here. Allen's checked in. Chicago also making some changes. Valentine's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Satoransky. Here's Johnson. Pass to Temple. Nets passing it around. 6 to shoot. Here's Luwawu. Boom, he jams it straight down.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. In transition, here come the Nets. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
Dunn attacking. And he converts the layup. Dunn's got his first bucket in this one.
Strength, focus, hard head approach. Chris Dunn powering through contact.
And that'll do it for the first. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At the end of the period, they held it 2. And that'll.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Steve, when it comes to creating contact, which offensive moves can create the impression of a foul where the defensive player can do nothing about it?
I think ripping through the defender's arms is really tough for the defensive guy right now, Kevin. That's a hard move to defend if you're the defender.
Smitty, I think guys actually practice this, don't they? Ways they can kind of lure a defensive player in like that.
They do. They're strong enough now, and also they are, like you said, practicing that type of move.
And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's White in at the point. LeVert from outside. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Levine, Harris trying to get free, and Porter putting it right back in. And the Bulls lead by 4.
On that play, this is where Porter's length is such an asset, creating second chance opportunities.
White, good. White's got 6.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
LeVert the pass to Thomas. No good on the triple. Chicago leading by 6. There's the lob to Markkanen. Thomas surveying the D. Good. And Harris gets the assist. He has 6.
Defensively, a breakdown along the perimeter. Just too slow to rotate.
Levine against LeVert. A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Passes it to Chioza. And a miss there on the triple.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Bulls. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Dishes it to Levine. And it goes down 2 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Oh, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Allen with the rebound. Nets trail by 5. Here's Harris. The feed now to Thomas. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Took him no time at all on that one. White's got 5 points in the quarter.
Beautiful find by Levine there. Takes his time to survey the floor.
Here's Chioza. White covering. Chioza passes to Thomas. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Thomas got his 3rd basket of the night. The pass to Markkanen. Outside, White. Kick out to Levine. Outside, White. Back to Levine. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
The defense in a tough situation. They know Levine loves the jump shot, but he can also put it on the floor and take it to you.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Yeah, he's averaging 80% from the line, and he has been as steady as they come at the strike.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And so Levine nails both of them.
A late bloomer in high school, Zach Levine could still be just scratching the surface of his true ability.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Satoransky's checked in for Chicago. The Bulls leading by 7. Pass to Harrison. Bulls have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Both good from the line that time. 1:22 left to play in the 3rd. Here's Luau, defended by Young. Kicks it out to Allen. Here's Temple. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And taken away by Johnson. Luau, the pass to Johnson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Friday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Sunday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for the Bulls.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line. And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris
is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league. Got to recognize the situation, trying to get a 2-for-1.
Absolutely, but at the same time, you want to get a good shot.
Got to take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Johnson, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Johnson's got his first basket. To the paint, here's Hutchison, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Stolen by Allen. Here's Luwawu. A three-pointer is right on target. Luwawu's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Nets out in front, up by 1. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Caruch is out there with Lance Thomas. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's Allen. And it's Johnson in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
And you might not have expected him to go for the steal there, but boy, oh boy, did that ever work out.
That one goes in.
The height to see over the defense and the unselfishness. Terrific pass by Markkanen.
Harris outside. And it's blocked.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's tipped. Allen passes to Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. From deep, Johnson. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to Harrison. Again, Chicago.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Harris outside. Banked in off the glass.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Allen outside, feeds it to Johnson. Harris outside. From deep, Thomas. Markkanen pulls it in. Bulls have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Offensive rebound. Johnson surveying the floor. And Allen slams it in. Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Passes it to Caruch. Inside. Allen, that's good. And the Nets lead by 1.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
White. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And that burst of speed, sometimes White's just too much for a defense, which is why you see them compromise.
Chicago making some changes. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. Porter comes in for Denzel Valentine. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Harrison. Chioza passes to Allen. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, Thomas dishes to Allen. Stolen by Markkanen. And here's the fast break. Here's Levine, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
I mean, both sides are really battling. Zach LaVine right in the middle of it, wanting to take charge.
LeVert with a wide open look. Offline with his 3. And the foul called on Jared Allen. That's his first foul. The Bulls leading by 3. Left side Markkanen. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
He's 6'5", but he has elite athleticism. LaVine with the size to compete on the interior.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
Here's Chiozza. The putback. The shot comes out, and the Bulls going the other way now. Markkanen kicks to Carter. Outside, Levine. Shakes him. Carter left side. 5 on the clock. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist.
The thing about Carter, even though he loves to play back to the basket, he can also face up and knock down the jumper.
Here's LeVert, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Nets.
So the first one drops, and that turns the lead to 6. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
They needed more from him there. Any point they can get is absolutely critical for them right now.
Markkanen kicks to Porter. Carter left side. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Thomas against Markkanen, down low. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Thomas.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
The clock now can just run out for the Bulls. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. Another one falls for Chicago.
Assist from White.
It's just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 9.
The 3rd overall pick in 2013. Porter's gotten the big contract. He's been traded. He's had a lot going on early in his career.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like...
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my players started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument.
And as they gear up for this challenge on the road, a look at the Cavaliers. And let's...
Well, Kevin Love had
great attitude. His work inside, a big part of it, DA. Thanks. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. You look at Chicago, their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. And, of course, the Cavaliers. And they're down 4 spots from them.
And right now for the Cavaliers, one thing they don't have to worry about is not having enough free time this summer, because they're not going anywhere near the postseason.
And there will be players on the move once this season is over. You can count on that. They have to make wholesale changes, and the front office knows it.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at center. And for Chicago, White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the 5 spot. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. 2 on the clock. Here's Sexton. Up again. And Drummond is right there.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack him.
Carter against Drummond. Kicks it out to Markkanen, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Of course, the playoff seedings still jumbled a bit up in the air. Just how important you think it is to get home court advantage in the NBA playoffs in this era.
Historically speaking, Kevin, as you know, home court advantage is absolutely monumental, and it doesn't matter the round of the playoffs. Could be a conference semifinal or an NBA final. If you come down to a Game 7, that home court advantage can be the difference between winning and losing. You want to
That is nice.
Well, multiple-time winner of the slam dunk contest, Levine has got a creative streak.
The slam dunk by Garland.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Sexton, offensive rebound. And Drummond kicks to Love. Here's Osman. Good on the three-point shot.
And, Kevin, what you love about this is there's an unselfish nature to Kevin Love's game, and I believe that's contagious.
Three-pointer, Markkanen. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
There's Garland, and there's the pass to Sexton. Here's Osman. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Osman's got 5. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Magic in Orlando. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core. And you think back to LeBron's last year in Cleveland, one wonders how differently it may have turned out if Kyrie was there with him.
Well, you think back, Greg, Isaiah Thomas was never healthy. He had been a recent All-Star with another team. They were counting on his quickness and his scoring. But through it all, the Cavaliers reached the NBA Finals. Just another testament to the talent and the leadership that LeBron gives you.
Now, here's Garland. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
1:16 left in the first. Nance with no one around gets a very good look and converts.
How about the confidence in the catch and shoot of Mr. Larry Nance Jr.? Okay, we see you.
Pass to Young. Back to Satoransky. Over Porter. The shot by Satoransky, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
That's good from Porter on the assist by Nance.
It always helps to have a big who is willing to find open teammates. Larry Nance proving how unselfish he can be.
Kicks it to Garland. Overdone. Garland, no good.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
Porter finds Nance. Cleveland moving it around. Again, the Cavaliers score.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Shots good from Young.
You can see how comfortable Thad Young is. Give him the ball, let him go into attack mode.
Thompson, left side. Passes it to Porter. And Thomas Satoransky gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Pass to Windler from downtown. Another three for Cleveland.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers with their lead standing at 6. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
They've got Thomas Satoransky. Young out there with Valentine. And it's Harrison in at the shooting guard position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now Garland. Outside Porter. Nance passes to Porter. To the paint. Here's Thompson. And again, it's Cleveland.
Yeah, Thompson won't give you a steady diet of that mid-range, but every once in a while he might pull it out. Guys, what you love about Tristan Thompson, he never lets up off the offensive glass. He is thirsty for offensive boards.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. Nance outside. He kicks it to Garland. There's the pass to Windler. Just 5 on the clock. Garland, the pass to Windler. Fires from deep. Garland, no good. And the rebound rate steadily climbing for Tristan Thompson Doris in recent seasons.
Yeah, so much so, Kevin, that he set a career high back in 2018-19. You think about over the last 4 years, he has averaged more rebounds than points.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. Here's Valentine, and Thompson sends it back.
Oh, Oh, the former Longhorn Thompson really elevating for the rejection. Love the energy, guys.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Here's Levine. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Levine's got his second basket of the night.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And a wide open look for Porter. Knocks down the three ball. And the Cavaliers lead by 5.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Porter kicks to Levine. Three-pointer. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Obviously, times have been quite tough lately, but you have to think back to Cleveland's first and only title in 2016. LeBron's second season back in the city, and boy, did he deliver on his promise.
Here's White. His three-pointers off the mark. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's his first foul. The Cavaliers leading by 7. And that was an incredible year back in 2016. Of course, Draymond Green in that series suspended for Game 5. Doris changing the momentum.
Amazing to think, Kevin, how quickly things can shift and change in the NBA. Credit the Cavaliers. They made the bigger shots, and they had the best player on the floor in LeBron James. That was a season to remember.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
When you watch Lowry Markkanen play, it's easy to see how easy it is for him to put up points. Attacks from all spots on the floor and has a great touch on that shot, especially for a man his size.
Bulls making a switch here. Hutchison's checked in. The shot by Sexton, no good. Bulls trail by 7. Porter in the corner. All alone. Love grabs the board.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Porter kicks to Osman. They swipe it. And Levine, here we go. Can't connect from short range.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Osman, the pass to Love. Back to Osman. Lets it go from 11. And it's Drummond with the jam.
With a large frame and a willingness to get physical, Drummond's a relentless rebounder.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's White. 20 points for him last game against Orlando. And again, Chicago, no good. Right side, Porter. And that would have counted, but his shot was up. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, it's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They lead by 9 points. Shaq. And that'll do.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Lowry Markkanen having a dominant impact in this game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
On the court for Cleveland, Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Osman and Love are the forwards. And it's Drummond in at the center, filling out the middle. Here is Love. Pass to Sexton. There's the triple. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Here's Osman. He's guarded by Markkanen. Shot clock at 6. And Drummond kicks to Eisman. Here's the 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
To the middle. And it's Carter missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Sexton the pass to Garland. Back to Sexton. Here's Windler. The dish to Thompson. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. From deep three-point range, Windler's shot is off.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Windler, and the 3 ball is good. Windler's got 6.
The D a little bit too concerned about the ball going inside on the inbound play. They forgot to guard that perimeter.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Back to Sexton.
And really, after that strong first half, he has been in quite the tailspin.
You know what I love about Larry Nance Jr.? This guy came into the league as a tremendous athlete, but his skill set just keeps improving. The passing, the shooting, I love it.
Pass to Thompson. Back to Sexton. To the inside. Thompson finds Sexton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Left side, Nance. Over Young. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And a quality defender. Larry Nance doesn't need Doris the ball to impact the game.
No doubt, Kevin, because he's willing to rebound the ball out of his area. He's willing to be a high motor guy on the defensive end. His activity is always a big lift to this team.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Russ, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said. Hutchison. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Cleveland. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Chicago making some changes. Carter comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's Markkanen in for Denzel Valentine. Cleveland also making some changes. Drummond's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Exum comes in for Porter. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. Left side, Nance. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Pass to Dellavedova. Takes the 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Windler. The pass to Dellavedova. Exum dishes to Dellavedova. He tries for three. Goes up again. Here's Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Impossible to stop the putback when he's got that kind of position.
Agreed, Greg. Let him get his hands on it inside and finish it off.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy. Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
Here's Nance, and Nance slams it in.
Well, how about the outstanding vision from the crafty point guard, Dante Exum, seeing the floor beautifully.
Here's Satoransky, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Cleveland in control with a 9-point lead to... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Now, Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Markkanen and Carter are up front. Thomas Satoransky is out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Porter at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass. This was one of college basketball's premier playmakers, Dunn showing great vision.
Pass to Osman. The shot off that time. And the Bulls going the other way now. On the wing, Porter. Misses the 3. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Cavaliers. They've held a 12-point lead early. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. 7-game road trip continues for them. That'll be game number 3.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Garland, he's checked in for Cleveland. Dunn looking over the floor. And Porter, here we go. And it's sent back by Drummond. There's Garland, and it's in there.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Dunn passes to Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
And rising with such ease, Markkanen likes to get up top to bring it down.
And they go to the intentional foul. Zach LaVine's checked in for Satoransky. And then for Cleveland, Larry Nance is checked in for Love. And Porter subbed in for Jetty Osman.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And LaVine, here we go. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, so dangerous, LaVine. Can shoot the spot-up jumper from deep as well as put it on the deck.
On the wing, Porter, foul of the game. White, he's checked in for Chicago. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Bulls now. The Bulls trail by 8. Bean passes to Carter. And Porter comes to help. LaVine against Porter. Clock at 6. Now here's LaVine. Not a lot of room. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Drummond's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Sexton. Here's Porter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. The Bulls have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And LaVine here. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Passes to Garland. Back to Porter. They get it back.
Well, just a tremendous job pursuing the basketball by Larry Nance Jr. and then gets the score to complement the board.
White drives in and stolen by Drummond. The open look here for Sexton. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Sexton's got 5 points in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Kevin Love's checked in for Larry Nance. From 13, with the tip, and Drummond is right there. Drummond's got the lead up to 13 now for Cleveland.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And then for Cleveland, Bell is checked in for Love. Exum comes in for Sexton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. Cleveland moving it around. Pass to Porter. Three-pointer, Dellavedova. Hutchison with the rebound. And it's the Bulls with the ball. 15-point game. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Listen, there are a few guards in this league who can overpower defenders, but Dunn, that rare breed.
Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
Here's Harrison. No good with the triple. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it.
Into the lineup for the Cavaliers. Ante Zizic.
Dellavedova, the pass to Zizic. And so the timeout here by Jim Boylan. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Without his heroics here tonight, this could have been a... So we see the Cavaliers take...
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Hang time, Ruben the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge it again like it's credit, your team crowd need to edit, yeah. I see face and credit, hold up, ooh, that's dead. Need a minute, need a play to revive, let's get a shot pressing. They say what I say, they got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm just
That's a look from earlier on as the Nets head to the locker room. There. Now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months, the scope of that for Drummond.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. Assman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at center. And for Brooklyn, Lance Thomas out there with Allen. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the point.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now, here's Sexton. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Here's Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing the end of the season with, the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right?
And they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Osman. And the layup falls.
Love has a knack for recognizing when a teammate's going to break wide open.
Here's Chioza. 11 points for him in that last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Cavaliers leading. Sexton finds Love. A 3-ball. And there's Sexton. That's good on the assist by Love. Sexton's got 5.
Well, that's in rhythm and right on target, as Sexton has a very well-rounded offensive game and playing in control now.
Here's LeVert. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Cleveland leading by 3. Inside, Thomas with the steal. Lets it go from deep. And it's LeVert missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And so Sexton will bring it up for Cleveland. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
You got to give him an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Well, it would have been really nice to get that win on the road, but no team ever happy with a loss. They put up a good fight. They had nothing to hang their heads on after that one.
And that one's good by Porter.
We wasted absolutely no time getting the ball up the floor. Great instincts in transition.
It's Allen with the drive. Here's Windler. Outside Porter. And it's sent back by Allen. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Kicks it out to Johnson. Baseline J on the way. The Cavaliers pull it in. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Sexton, and it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. So for the Nets, Caruth is checked in for Jared Allen. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Lance Thomas. And it's Crawford in for Joe Harris. Cleveland also making some changes. Tristan Thompson comes in for Andre Drummond. And it's Nance in for Kevin Love. And there's Thompson putting it right back in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Crawford. 17 seconds left to play here in the first. Back to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. They get it again. Luwawu. And it's Caruth missing.
a lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid.
And so it's Cleveland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field.
I don't really limit myself to one position.
And with all the switching we see teams, Greg, employing right now, that defensive versatility is highly prized, highly valuable.
And Johnson, an excellent athlete. He's got the tools to impact the game both offensively and defensively.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Nance and Thompson are up front. Then there's Colin Sexton. Then it's Porter. And it's Windler in at the two-guard spot. Right, the number of trades now starting to involve stars. Feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? Backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. You can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years. What he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
Kuruc passes to Luau. Over Nance. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut to just 7 on the basket from Luau. The Cavaliers shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Windler with the bucket.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Crawford left side. To the inside. Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Sexton.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Cleveland.
That's too easy for Jamal out there. When he's squared up, he's looking to score.
Outside Porter to the wing on the left. And here is Garland. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. 4 on the shot clock. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
And they've really put an emphasis on offensive rebounding. And guys, it's paying off. The second chance points are coming in bunches.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Thompson's got such a good motor and is such a good athlete for a guy his size. Charges into the lane that time.
Brooklyn making some changes. Allen's checked in for Rodions Kuruc. Thomas comes in for Luau Cabarro. And Harris subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Drummond's checked in for the Cavaliers.
Think about the Cavs and the 2 MVP awards that were won for that franchise. Of course, that was LeBron James in back-to-back seasons, both in 2009 and 2010.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Love's checked in. Harris outside.
2 minutes.
Stolen. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And then, in 2013, with Miami, LeBron Brent finished 1 ballot shy, burning all the MVP votes.
We wouldn't see a unanimous MVP winner until Steph Curry did it in 2016. But just as impressive, if not more so, LeBron James with a total of 4 MVP trophies over a 5-year span.
Garland dishes to Love. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Pass to Thomas. Allen, right side. That shot off the mark. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Last time they met in Cleveland.
Yeah, you know they wanted a few of those plays back. What a tough way to go out in that one.
Yeah, really a game that they should not have lost. But sometimes, even when you play your best, it might not be good enough.
Second shot opportunity and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Cleveland gets called for the foul. The Nets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And a 1-year player in Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn. And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Allen's got 8 points.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area. Really keeps the defense honest.
Oh, man, that is just easy for him out there. At his size with that kind of touch, that is money.
Here's Drummond. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much off.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Cavaliers lead by
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They lead by 11. Shaq, how do you... And that should do it with this.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Nets trail by 11. Joe Harris is out there with Lance Thomas. Then there's Karis LeVert. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Chioza in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Love finds Drummond. It's deflected. Here's Osman. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
Shooting for Cleveland, Kenny Osman. At the line for 2.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Love. Here's Garland. Here's Drummond. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Drummond's got 6 points.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle. It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play. They're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half. Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game. That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Harris finds Allen. The turnaround jumper. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
And it's Harris off the drive, and he banks in the layup. Harris has got his first 2 points.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Cleveland moving it around. Here's Love, and Love throws it down.
Well, if Kevin Love gets that deep and has that kind of room, he's going to make sure of it with the jam.
And in the summer of 2018, Kevin Love signed a 4-year, $120 million extension to remain in Cleveland.
Yeah, and Kevin right now is the bridge from what was to potentially what will be. And in that what will be scenario, what will be happening is Kevin Love probably gets traded at some point. But he's been great for Cleveland. He's been a great ambassador for the city. The things that he's doing off the court philanthropically have been amazing. And Kevin Love is not done in the NBA. Still another team out there for him to go to and contribute to.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Shoots. Cleveland gets it back. He feeds it to Drummond. That's in there. Love with the assist. Love's got his 4th assist in this one.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And Drummond throws it down.
Sexton realizing that one of his guys is wide open, and that court awareness, he was able to get it to him.
Chioza's shot is good.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Now, here's Garland. Uncovered, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Garland's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Thomas passes to Chioza. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Down low, Temple. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Andre Drummond. 20 seconds left to play here in the third. Thompson dishes to Porter. Back to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Justin Thompson with some force on that one.
To the paint. Here's Luwawu. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Dellavedova kicks to Thompson. Off with the layup.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Andre. And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Cavaliers leading by 12, and Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Nance and Thompson are up front. Then it's Porter. Then there's Garland. And it's Windler in at the 2 guard. Here's Thompson. That one drops for him. Thompson's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Cleveland. Here's Temple, guarded by Porter. The pass to Caruth. No good from outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Porter. Rebounded by Temple. Nets trail by 14. Johnson, the pass to Karouche. Lets the three fly, sinks the three-pointer.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Crawford, and the lead is down inside single digits. The Cavaliers leading by 9. Garland with it. Johnson's there. Garland with the bucket.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Temple. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And here's what the Cavaliers' schedule looks like. On Friday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. And then on Saturday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
And guys, one thing about road trips like this one, they'll be seeing this as a chance for the team to come together. It might be a bit of a silver lining for a trip that doesn't always provide a lot of success.
Free throw drops for Temple.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Temple. The Cavaliers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Windler the pass to Nance. And the layup's good off the glass. Nance has got his first points of the night.
Terrific at taking some initiative there on the inside portion of the floor was Larry Nance Jr.
For 3. That shot off. So Cleveland will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. On the wing, Johnson from outside the arc. Thompson with the rebound.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Porter finds Nance. The tray. The Cavaliers with a new 14. Out to the right wing. Here's Garland. Here's Thompson. And it's sent back by Allen. They shoot again. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look. Now, there are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Both teams will make substitutions. The Cavaliers leading by 8. There's Garland. Off target from three-point range.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Now here's LeVert. Defense is right there. Thomas kicks to LeVert. Just 5 to shoot. But they recover it. Outside Thomas. Allen inside the three-point line. The rebound by Kevin Love. Love's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Drummond. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Cavaliers lead by 10.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going. When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard him and where your point of commitment is.
Here's Chiozza, and all around the rim that time before dropping in. The Cavaliers leading by 10. To the middle, here's Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Cavaliers.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still 2 more to go in the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Andre Drummond.
I like his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
Here's Garland. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Love the pass to Sexton. Here's Osman. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And that was a little bit of a range check for them.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
With a large frame and a willingness to get physical, Drummond's a relentless rebounder.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. body fluid, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put
As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, right now at the playoffs started, they would have the 7th seed. And, of course, the Bulls sitting there 4 spots below.
And right now for Brooklyn, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
So the Nets starting 5. Lance Thomas out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Allen. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the 1. And for the Bulls, White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Markkanen and Carter are up front. And it's Porter in at the 3, the small forward. Conference rivals in this one, Clark. Does that matter as much as people think, or is it just another game?
I still think it matters to the players. I mean, they're a little less emotional now, rivalries. They're not as heated, a little more practical. I think it's mostly about making the playoffs and where you're seated.
Here's Allen after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. And it's sent back by Carter. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Carter's the power on that Pruden.
And you see why Levine's been a hard, tough out in the slam dunk contest. Has a natural ability to entertain the audience, and that bounce and athleticism certainly doesn't hurt either.
Now here's LeVert. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
Here's White following the bucket by the Nets. Good D by Thomas.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Passes it to Harris. The pass to Chioza. Right side Thomas. Nets passing it around. Porter with the steal. And oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. Levine kicks to White. Trying to get open is Carter. And it's White missing. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Harris finds Allen. To the paint. Second chance shot. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
There's Porter with the 3. LeVert grabs the miss. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Magic in Orlando. Tremendous versatility for Karis LeVert, offensively, Clark, and defensively. He can play multiple positions.
Well, I like that about him too, Kevin. 6'7", he's a gifted scorer, can make plays when the ball is in his hands. The Nets have a number of ball handlers, and that's what Coach Kenny Atkinson believes in. To get a lot of guys that can make plays and do it for each other and together, and we've got something good.
Chicago with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn, kept alive, and there it is for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Thomas. Shoots over Markkanen. Thomas, good.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Thomas, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And then Carter with the dunk.
Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Here's Chioza. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Tips it. It's good on the putback. Allen's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Back to Levine. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick, and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in, guys, too, Rodions Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you've got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
Here's Luwawu. He's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State, and the shot goes in from Kuruc.
Oh, the turnaround jumper. That was just beautiful.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Done outside. The rebound by Luwawu. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets. Here's Temple. lays it up off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Dunn passes to Cornette. Young with no one around. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Nets. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Brooklyn now, Tyler Johnson is out there with Crawford. Then it's Garrett Temple. And it's Luwawu in at the 4 spot. Johnson kicks to Luwawu-Cabarrot. Got that one up quick. Luwawu's got his first points in this one.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's Crawford. Chris Dunn making his last shot. Crawford passes to Karuch. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. It's certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. The 4th spot held by the Nets. Number 5, the Bulls.
I mean, both these squads are just playing so hard here of late, really getting after it on the offensive glass, and it's paid off for both of them in terms of second chance points.
Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Hutchison. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 4 on the clock. That shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Valentine's checked in for the Bulls. Harrison comes in for Chris Dunn. Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Cornette. He can't get that one. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And Luwawu gets it to go. Luwawu's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Well, when you look at the skill set of Tyler Johnson, he really is the epitome of a catalyst. Comes in full energy every time, and if he's hitting his shots, you just ride that wave of scoring. And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
2 free throws coming up, and they call it. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
We were asked this the other day, you and I, if you could choose one guard in the league to shoot a clutch 3-point shot for you, Clark, who would be your guy?
Ironically, they're both on the same team, Kevin. I would start with Steph Curry. I think he clearly is the guy you want shooting it. And then after that, I would go with Klay Thompson. There are a number of other guys, but Steph is a pretty good gap in front of most, and then I think Klay is just a notch or two below Steph.
I agree. Great backcourt. Lillard up and Portland another one. There's so many great ones in the NBA.
Yeah. Lillard would certainly be on the three-man list for sure.
Now here is Harris. Wendell Carter unable to get his last shot to go. Harris looking it over Porter, and again it's Brooklyn converting. Bulls trail by 5. And White kicks to Levine. 1:11 left in the first half. From the arc, Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Thomas finds Temple. Chicago grabs the miss. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there. Shoots a fader. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for the Bulls. Dunn comes in for White. Now here's LeVert. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Bulls have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Hutchison passes to Carter. Levine against LeVert. Here's Hutchison. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. No good with the layup.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the... Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point. And...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Joe Harris with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Carter in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's the group for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half. And Porter putting it right back in. Porter's got 6.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Allen dishes to Harris. Here's Chiozza. And the 3 off target. And here's Levine, who brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. They trail by 1. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Levine against LeVert. Makes it off the glass.
Boy, because he's got such great confidence in his ball handling skills, he's fearless attacking the rim.
Markkanen down low. He's guarded by Thomas. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And for a player that didn't come in with a lot of fanfare to the NBA, Markkanen is one of the top young players in the league.
Yeah, call him the marksman or the finisher. Call him Larry Bird, if you like. Fantastic stretch 4, who showed he could be a focal point of an offense, can play with an edge as well, and is just scratching the surface of his potential.
Boy, a terrific find. Levine plays mostly the 2, but he came into the league as a point guard.
Pass to LeVert, launches it, and it's Chicago with the rebound. Carter's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Carter outside, and that one is off.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do with the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Harris against Porter. Lets it go from the wing. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Harris.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
White looking around. In the corner, it's Levine. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Carter. Fouled on the shot and picks up. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. They're double checking, and the game continues on. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Well, Clark, as one Latvian makes his way out of New York, another Latvian, Kulic, makes his mark with the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, you know, the second rounder making an impact right out of the gates, ready to be an NBA impact player. He's an efficient scorer, a versatile defender. So far, so good from what I've seen.
And the Bulls making a change here. Cornette's checked in.
No doubt about it on that finish by Young.
Here's Luwawu. Good on the 13-footer. Luwawu's got 4 points this quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And Young comes over to help. Here's Kuruc. They get it back. Allen. It's good on the putback.
Boy, completely inexcusable and unacceptable when you don't box out Allen. This guy's a monster as an offensive rebounder.
Cornette. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 11 rebounds in the game. The Nets have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2. Free throw drops for Crawford. And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Hutchison. And it's out of bounds. Last touched by Allen.
Don't challenge him. Get that out of here. Allen's almost 7 feet now. He's got excellent timing and good bounce.
Here's Harrison. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Timeout called the Nets. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Bulls lead by 3. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Chicago leading by 3. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Jared Allen. Johnson is out there with Crawford. And it's Karuch in at the 4 spot. Here's Harrison. Banked in off the glass. Harrison's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Chicago.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Down low, it's stolen by Allen. And they're moving it up. Here's Luwawu. The rebound by Young. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. It's a 3-point game. Bulls up. No good on that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Pass to Crawford. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group and a change for the Nets. Garrett Temple is checked in for Jamal Crawford. Here's Levine. The putback and Markkanen on the follow. Markkanen's got the lead up to 5 now for Chicago.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
No good from Luwawu. The Bulls leading by 5. Fast break. Here we go. Levine for 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
And White slams it in.
And you can argue this is White at his best. Just an absolute terror in transition.
Johnson kicks to Luwawu-Cabarrot. Here's Temple. No good again that time. Bulls have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. From deep, Johnson. And again, it's the Nets missing. And Chicago shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Kick out to Levine. He dishes it to Markkanen. Back to Levine. And Rodion Kurucs picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And a new group in for the Nets. Timeout called the Nets.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Wendell Carter.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And they were in danger of losing back-to-back games before he stepped to the forefront here tonight. This was not a game he was going to let get away from him. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys.
Here's Karuch. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. The Bulls leading by 7. And Levine, here we go. And he banks in the layup.
And there you see it right there on display. The quick feet, the long strides of Levine helps him in a lot of ways.
Luwawu, the pass to LeVert. Off target with his 3.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Passes it to Luwawu. Nets passing it around. Got that bucket in no time at all.
Well, you look at the shots like that LeVert makes, and you have to be happy for the progress he's made because he's worked at it.
Left side, Markkanen. Outside, Porter. kicks to White. In the corner, it's Levine. Back to White. 6 to shoot. There's the pass to Porter. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen by Levine. Here's Carter. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
That's good from Porter on the assist by Carter. Porter's got the lead up to 13 now for the Bulls. And Joe Allen will bring it up for Brooklyn. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Llewellyn, guarded by Porter. Allen passes to Llewellyn. Can't hit from in close. Outside, White. Dishes to Levine. White with it. From deep. Can't connect. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. RPM tech benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and Slam.
You play 2K all the time. You have
If it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it can only mean one thing. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Sexton.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's White in at the 5. And for Cleveland, Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Ashman and Love are the forwards. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. Smitty, we have a good rivalry game tonight with 2 conference foes. This should be a beauty.
Yes, indeed. I think the fans feel it. The coaches feel it. Us as announcers, we feel it. The atmosphere is going to be great.
It is indeed. Now, here's Porter. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando. Clock at 4. White the pass to Porter. Releases. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, tough environment. They were right there, but just missed some key shots.
And you know, so often, that's what it comes down to. Who can convert when it matters most?
The shot by Sexton, no good. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there. Levine for 3, and again it's the Bulls from deep.
Nice form, the elbow right in line. Zach LaVine has a fantastic looking shot.
Up against Markkanen. Love dishes to Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Markkanen can't get it to go. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. In transition, here come the Bulls. Here's Levine, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
You know, he's a triple threat in the open court. He can beat you from the inside, outside, and everything in between.
Count that bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
White. It's Drummond with the rebound. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Love the pass to Drummond. Here's Osman. White covering. Takes a 3. And that one's good. Osman.
Love what Drummond did on that play. Kept his eyes up, and he was being unselfish.
And the defensive impact that Andre Drummond can have on the floor is a major factor.
Well, you know that Drummond is going to do the work of 3 players on the glass, but he's also been a solid rim protector who makes up for his height with great timing and reach.
Now here's Drummond. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
The one thing about Drummond, you can be right up on him. Even try to overplay his strong side, he can still get it done.
Here's Drummond. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
We can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way. Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Passes it to Sexton. Over Levine. And there's Sexton. That's good on the assist by Garland. Garland's got 4 assists now tonight. Outside, White. The kick out to Porter. Takes the 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Sexton, the pass to Osman. Cleveland moving it around. Now Garland. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. From past the arc. Cleveland the rebound. Here's Drummond. Dishes it to Love. Pass to Osman. That's in there. Love with the assist. Osman's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for Cleveland. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Young comes in for Markkanen. Satoransky's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And Chris Dunn subbed in for White. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Looking to end the run. Levine can't hit.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's Sexton. That's no good, and now he's missed 2 and made 2. Here's Hutchison, and the layup's good off the glass.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
From deep 3-point range, an absolute bomb from 3-point range.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Cleveland, Nance and Thompson are up front. Then there's Sexton. Then it's Porter. And it's Windler in at the 2-guard. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Now, here's Porter. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. 5 to shoot. Here's Sexton. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Cornett. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. Sometimes, Smitty, you see someone make a pass and wonder, how did he even see that guy? I mean, it's amazing to me.
Yeah, I think Chris Paul leads that list. I think from a big Jokic, Trae Young is a young guy, Ben Simmons, Doncic, those guys see the floor extremely well.
Now, here's Thompson. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. Here's Satoransky. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Sexton kicks to Nance. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Bulls trail by 7. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And there's the pass to Satoransky. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've led by as much as 10. Drains it from beyond the arc.
The defense decides to gamble off him, and he cashes in.
Chicago with the ball after Cleveland got the three-pointer. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. Bulls shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Garland, he's checked in for Sexton. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Chicago. Harrison comes in for White. Now, here's Garland. Satoransky covering. Garland dishes to Nance. Thompson, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
The unbelievable effort. Thompson, a dedicated warrior on the offensive glass.
Harrison passes to Cornette. Valentine kicks to Cornette. Five on the clock. Satoransky looking around. The offensive rebound.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip-in.
On the wing, Nance. Back to Porter. It's tipped. A minute 50 left to play here in the half. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Young.
Defensively, he's really stepped it up over the past few months. You can see the jump in his steal numbers, and it hasn't been by accident. He's put in a ton of effort at the defensive end, and boy, is it paying off.
Chicago making a switch here. Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornette. Markkanen comes in for Chandler Hutchison. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Valentine. And it's White in for Satoransky. Now here's Love. 17 points for him last game against Chicago.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play. And even as a rookie, you could see the consistency game to game from Wendell Carter. Very dependable on the glass and on the scoreboard for a player so young. Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Levine's checked in for Shaquille Harrison. And it's done in for White. Bulls trail by 6. And here's Levine. He has 7. At 3 off the mark. And a wide open look for Porter. A three-pointer, no good.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
Carter kicks to Levine. And it's done in the corner. Back to Levine. Over Porter. And again, Chicago. No good. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Here's Osman. Tries again. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got his 3rd basket of the night. Outside, Levine. There's the triple. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, Kent, it's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They have a solid 8-point lead. Shaq, That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Cleveland's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Carter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Sexton's shot is good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Levine deciding where to go with it. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Levine's got 9 points.
Right there, the burst of Zach LaVine. Once he gets a step on you, it's hard to catch up.
Now, here's Sexton. T right on him. Now, here's Garland. The slam dunk by Garland.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It sends a message that we're going to be aggressive no matter who's taking the shot.
And that one's good. Osman's got the lead up to 12 now for the Cavs.
And that's an area that Sexton must keep working on. The more he passes, the better his team looks.
Outside, Levine. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Andre Drummond picks one up. And Smitty, with all that he's been through, you can't question Zach LaVine's love of the game.
You're so right. It's crazy to think LaVine wasn't even a starter in college, but he's worked so hard to improve. The way he has fought back from injuries and continually dedicated himself to the game, something to admire.
The Bulls making a switch here. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Young comes in for Markkanen. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And Satoransky's subbed in for White. Satoransky, the pass to Cornett. Back to Satoransky. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Sexton's shot is good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Levine for 3. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Sweet-looking jump shot from any distance. Levine's range goes well beyond the three-point line.
Garland kicks to Sexton. Offensive rebound. Young with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Levine with the ball. Shot's good from Young.
Beautiful find by Levine there. Takes his time to survey the floor.
Garland with it. Pass to Sexton. There's the 3. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Working against size. He's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
And that's tough to do from the mid-range because help can come from anywhere, but he beats everyone to the punch.
Smitty, we're seeing preseason and even regular season games take place overseas on foreign soil. Would you have enjoyed that when you were playing?
Yeah, for sure, Kevin. I know the travel is an added challenge, and at the same time, you appreciate where the game takes you. It is definitely growing globally, going places you might otherwise never experience, especially in a basketball setting.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Bangs home the trifecta. Windler's got his second bucket tonight.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
And Garland has it in the corner. Passes it to Sexton. Here's Thompson. That one wide left. And so Young will bring it up for Chicago. trailing by 13. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Windler's shot is off. Chicago's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Valentine passes to Satoransky, and here's Levine. He's covered by Thompson. And Sexton over to help. Clock at 6. Levine scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
The question for Zach LaVine coming in, will he get strong enough? There's your answer.
Pass to Garland. It's up a 3. Drains the three-pointer. Sexton's got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
And so it's Cleveland, up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland is out there with Porter. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. To the inside, he kicks to Garland, shoots the 3. Harrison with the rebound. Bulls trail by 9. Here's Hutchison. Dunn passes to Harrison. Now Levine, defended by Drummond. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
He's 6'5", but he has elite athleticism. Levine with the size to compete on the interior.
Chicago making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in, so 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
See, now he's getting defenders back on their heels a little bit. Getting to the foul line here in the second half.
Out of bounds, and the out-of-bounds violation is going to be reviewed. Coach has issued the coach's challenge to get it analyzed further.
And you know these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline, this is something you can get a much better perspective of on replay than real game speed.
You've got the benefit of new camera angles, Greg. Much easier to see exactly what's going on, especially with the fidelity and angles that we've got access to now. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jim Boylan talking with his team. He wants them to maintain their balanced attack, and he told them they're doing a great job of finding space out on the perimeter, which has led to all those good shots. He likes the rhythm and the flow of this offense. He just told them, keep shooting it with confidence. Kevin?
Markkanen can't get it to go.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And the dunk by Love.
The plus wingspan of Love on full display right there.
Inside, and then Carter with the jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
Down low, and stolen by Drummond. Love goes in, and that one good. Love's got 4 this quarter.
Aggressive move by Love at his best when he's playing that way.
Here's Dunn, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
First one falls for him. Zach LaVine's checked in for Shaquille Harrison. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
To me, Chris Dunn has all the tools to be really good. Has to cut down on the turnovers, and has to keep working on that jump shot.
Porter, no luck, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Markkanen.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
And Cleveland making a change here. Sexton's checked in. And Porter, here we go. And finished off by Porter.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Wallace with it, now defended by Levine.
Wow, Kevin Love getting out and running on that one.
Bulls trail by 12. Knocked away. Sexton finds Drummond. Cleveland moving it around. Here's Osman. He's guarded by Markkanen. Love with a wide open look. They get the rebound. Outside Porter. A 3-ball. A minute 42 left here in the fourth quarter. Osman the pass to Porter. Shot clock at 5. Tries yet again. Sexton's shot is good. Sexton's got the lead up to 14 now for the Cavs. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. For 3, Levine. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. To the inside, Porter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. With the NBA looking to improve officiating, Smitty, they'd like to revise the rule book to more closely match the way the game is played. What do you think of that?
Yeah, Kevin, we have to evolve. I think now the game has evolved to more three-point shots, so you got to look at also defense, hand checking, and now we're talking about a lot about, room for guys to land, whether it's a foul or not. So I think it will evolve, and it should be because the game is evolving.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Cleveland.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even. A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Colin Sexton.
He was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm. And that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
And the pass to White. Back to Levine. Rebound Andre Drummond. Now Sexton. Lobbed up there for Love. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. A confident win and one where they clearly...